All right, this is it. First episode of the podcast. How you feeling?
Pretty good, man. Not only is it Friday, but we're doing a podcast. How exciting is that?
I know, this is sick. Okay, this is our first one, obviously, so we should just probably introduce ourselves, let them know what this is all about. So I'm Konstantinovsky, I'm the IT guy. That's Bryce Jenkins, he's the director. And that's Uncle Kurt. I'll let Bryce introduce Uncle Kurt to everyone.
This guy is Uncle Kurt. He is my uncle. His dad is also my mum's dad, and that therefore makes him my uncle, even though he's like about 16 years old. How old are you?
21.
Oh, 21.
Right.
Uncle Kurt is by far the smartest person in our office. He just graduated last week with his Bachelor in Commerce.
Correct? Yeah.
How does it feel to be unshackled from university?
Bloody beautiful.
Bloody beautiful?
Bro, did you enjoy uni, honestly?
Not really. No.
Okay.
It's finally good now that I'm out of uni that I can start chipping away at something more real instead of just grades on a piece of paper. And, yeah.
Did you think that, like, most of the subjects, would you say that they helped you at all, or do you think
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
They did?
Yeah. The finance major was probably the most practical sort of major in uni, or for
That's pretty
relevant to my degree. Yeah.
Okay, so it's actually not that bad.
Yeah, it's not that bad.
Awesome.
Uncle Kurt's starting, well, he's been working with us for quite some time now, but he's going to be coming on as a paraplanner to Virtue Planning, which is the financial planning part of the Virtuous Collective. And I'm really excited to have him on board. Not only is he family, but he's also a smart little cookie.
Awesome,
Cheers,
guys.
mate.
Awesome. Okay, so I'm assuming most people who haven't dealt with a financial planner before have absolutely no idea what it is that you actually do, what their responsibility is when they first come in the door. So maybe for this episode here, if you could just outline to us what actually happens when someone walks in the door. What do they need to bring? What don't they need? What do you do? What are the costs? Just outline to people, but generally what happens from initial consultation through to actual approval of service or whatever.
Yeah, that's a great question. A lot of people are actually very concerned about seeing a financial planner because I think the first thing that a lot of people think about is like, wow, this guy, seems like he's running a pretty expensive operation here. Am I going to get hit with a $1,000 invoice as soon as I walk through the front door or whatever? Not all financial planners operate like this, but the way I operate is that I don't expect anyone to proceed with my advice until they see the value in it, and therefore if they're not going to benefit from my advice, they shouldn't have to pay anything. So initial consultations are free. I'm not going to charge anything for that. If we get to the point where I am going to provide some financial advice, all of my fees are disclosed in the advice documents. And again, you don't actually commit to paying those fees until you sign the advice documents. That's why I'm happy to supply them, because I'm that confident that people are going to see the value and that they will proceed, that I will go and outlay all of this time and expense. This is an expensive operation to run in order to get this information to the client. To answer your other question, how does the client prepare for an advice meeting? I get asked that all the time. What documents do you want me to bring? Do you want me to print out all my bank statements, my mortgage statements, bring in my superannuation statements, and everything like that? My answer is sure, if you want to. If you've got specific questions about them, if you've noticed something on one of your statements that is confusing you and you want to know more about it, sure, bring it in. But the initial consultation is just that. It's an initial chat. It's getting to know one another. My main objective in an initial consultation is getting to understand the client on a personal level and really trying to get an understanding as to what their goals and objectives are, because my job is to help you achieve those goals and objectives. So defining those goals and objectives is by far the most important thing. We can do all the technical stuff behind the scenes later. I will end up needing some paperwork requirements from you, but a lot of that is all just research that we do behind the scenes. First consultation, there's no charge, it's just a chat. Come in and let's have a chat and see what it is that we can actually help you achieve.
Beautiful, mate. And is there someone here 5 days a week? Like, can people just come in through the front door here and see you?
No, you'll need to make an appointment.
Yep.
So the best thing to do is if you are coming to us via the Virtuous Collective through any like online sources such as the Facebook page or the Instagram or the website or whatever the case may be, is to either private message us or call the office number, or even just send us an email and just say, hey, I'm interested in coming in for a chat, or having a chat over the phone. You may not live locally to the Gold Coast. That's completely fine. In fact, the vast majority of my clients actually aren't in the Gold Coast, or even in southeast Queensland at all for that matter. I've got clients in Darwin, I've got clients in Perth, I've got clients in the middle of Australia, working in mines, central Queensland, Sydney, Melbourne, Tasmania, everywhere. I would say that probably at least 60 to 70% of the people that I currently service, I have purely a phone and email relationship with as well. So if you want to have a phone appointment, just let us know and we'll just arrange a time that suits you. Happy to do night times and weekends. I understand that people do work. In fact, you're probably going to be a much better client to me if you are working, but even if you're not working, still more than happy to chat.
Awesome.
Night times and weekends are fine for that as well. I'll just fit it in.
Beautiful.
When you're a business owner, you actually stop caring about the whole Monday to Friday 9 to 5 thing.
Yeah.
You realise that business operates when it operates, and it's not confined to any specific time frames. So even if you wanted to catch up on a 7 a.m. on a Sunday morning, that's cool with me.
Awesome, man. Awesome. All right. Thanks for the intro.
Yeah, no worries at all. Do you have any other questions?
I'm sure I've got heaps. I can't think of them right now. So perhaps
we'll address them in the next episode.
That's it, brother.
I feel that this has been a fun introductory podcast.
It's been good, man. I can't wait to show them the actual golf skills. They can't see it on the camera yet, but that's really going to be the highlight of these podcasts.
Yeah, we've got a golf putting mat behind this boardroom table.
Do you know what we should do?
What should we do?
Like, not this episode, but in the coming episodes, we should have sections where we go Facebook Live and we can play games live, bro, with the golf.
That'd be cool
too.
Yeah, well, I think it's very important for our clients and our friends to see that our short game is improving.
That's it. Probably the most important thing about all these podcasts is going to see the evolution of Bryce's short game.
Yeah, because anyone who knows my golfing game, the short game is my weak point.
That's it. All right, brother, thank you.
Thank you, Costa.
Thank you,
Thank you, Uncle Kurt.
All right, beautiful, boys. Well done. Done.